why the no contact rule works, and how to use it right. Hey man, let's break down something powerful, something that might be the last hope to turn things around, the no contact rule. This isn't just a gimmick or a trick, it's one of the most effective psychological tools to rebuild lost attraction, revive relationships, and in many cases, even save a crumbling marriage. But here's the catch. It only works if you do it correctly. Done right, it sends shockwaves through the dynamic you once had. Done wrong, and you might push her even further away. You've probably heard the phrase, silence is deafening. And it's true. Sometimes what you don't say echoes louder than 1,000 words. The biggest myth? That if you stop talking to her, she'll just forget you, move on, and find someone else. But the truth is the opposite. When you go quiet, you create a space that forces her to feel your absence. If you keep texting her, calling her, showing up in her inbox like nothing happened, that's when she really starts slipping away. That's when she stops valuing you and starts entertaining other options. See, when you pull back and stop feeding her attention, you trigger something deeper, curiosity, uncertainty, even anxiety, and those emotions are powerful drivers of attraction. Research has shown that when uncertainty enters a relationship, people tend to focus more on the person causing that anxiety. Think about that. When she's unsure about where she stands with you, when she doesn't know what you're thinking, that's when you're on her mind the most. Now, if she's been pulling away, acting distant, or showing signs that her interest is fading, what do? You don't chase. You don't beg or try to force your way back into her life. Instead, you remove yourself. You go silent. You let her feel what it's like without you. Whether she's your girlfriend, wife, or someone you just started seeing, the same principle applies. People value what's scarce. And when you're always available, always responding, always giving, it kills the mystery. Let me give you a few real-world examples. One guy reached out to me. He just started talking to this girl. At first, everything was going great, but after a few days, her energy dropped. She stopped replying as much, no more enthusiasm. He felt the shift, and instead of panicking, he went quiet. He didn't message, he didn't chase, he just stepped back. A few days later, boom, she texted him. Why? Because the silence created space for her to wonder about him. Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? That unknown made her curious, and it brought her back. Another guy I worked with had been in a long-term relationship. Things went south. She moved out, said she was done, didn't even want to touch him anymore. Most guys would have crumbled, chased her, begged her to talk, tried to fix everything immediately. But he did the opposite. He went no contact, total silence. And what happened? That silence started working on her. She expected him to be desperate, but instead he gave her distance, and that broke her pattern. Suddenly, she was the one wondering, did I make a mistake? Why hasn't he reached out? Soon enough, she was the one reaching out, trying to reopen the conversation, trying to rebuild what she walked away from. That's the power of mystery. That's the power of becoming less available. Because when you stop being predictable, you become valuable. If you've been too responsive, too eager, too available, you've made it easy for her to take you for granted. The no contact rule flips the script. It creates a sense of challenge. It makes her think. It forces her to feel that subtle fear. What if he really moved on? And once that thought plants itself in her mind, it starts growing. Look, this isn't just theory. I've worked with guys all over the world, and I've seen it happen again and again. When you go silent with purpose and not out of desperation, it changes the entire dynamic. If you want to dive deeper and understand exactly how to do this the right way, check out my book, Atomic Attraction. I break everything down step by step in there. You can also just shoot me a message. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. Talk soon. And remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all.